to start when another dog comes. Okay, I'll start. Gang Hai Fa Choi. Happy New Year of the Rabbit. Happy Chinese New Year of the Rabbit. Thank you for joining me. This is my my predictions for the upcoming Chinese Year of the Rabbit, 2023, and I want to do some predictions for you for what you're going to experience over the next 12 months, maybe a bit more. I don't know when the new Chinese Year begins after this. It will be Dragon Year. Wow, Dragon Year next. Oh, hold on a second. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Go, Papa, go, go, go. Good girl. Bit of an interruption there. Alright, Papa, sit down. So yes, I'm going to pull some cards. I've got my selection of cards here ready, and we are going to do some readings for you. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the Rabbit Year. It's going to be an interesting time with what we've been experiencing recently. The Tiger Year, wow. I mean, a lot of people struggled in this Tiger Year, and not necessarily because of the repercussions of the pandemic either. Hey, Baba, don't do that. Not necessarily because of the repercussions of the pandemic either, but because there's just the energy of this Tiger Year was such that it was quite oppressive, and a lot of signs felt like they couldn't be themselves, and they couldn't stand in their power in quite the way that they used to. You need to stop doing that, sweetie. Stop doing that. So the Rabbit Year is going to change that. It is going to allow people to not feel so oppressed and suppressed. So there is a certain level of freedom that wasn't there in the Tiger Year. The other thing that's going to be quite noticeable for most signs is the fact that it's a far more creative year. Not that tigers aren't creative, they're very creative. But the influence that the Rabbit Year has on people is that it makes them more creative, and there's something about the rabbit sign that is kind of the political artist. So they use their art to challenge. You use lots of indirect ways to challenge authority. And I think one of the things that they do is they're very good at civil disobedience. For example, I talked about this in my the article I wrote for the 2023 Chinese New Year of the Rabbit. That's on my website. I talked about how in the last Rabbit Year, 2011, in the UK, we had the London riots, which were started because the police shot a black man, Mark Duggan, I believe his name was, and in protest, these riots took place where there was like mass looting of like stores. Started off in like North London, in a place called Tottenham, and then it just sort of spread across the country. And that these riots where people are just smashing windows and taking things, and that, not that is civil disobedience, because it's not very civil. It's uncivil disobedience, but it gives you an example of the kind of chaotic, laissez-faire energy that comes in Rabbit Years. There's also a lot of natural disasters, especially autumn time. But the positive, I suppose those are, I don't know whether they're positive or negatives. The civil disobedience thing depends on where you land in terms of your beliefs. But there are lots of positives, however, which I'm going to focus on. Primarily being that you are allowed to be yourself. Being yourself is rewarded. Standing in your power, using your art to say how you feel. And just generally, it's a romantic year. It's also one of the 2 years of beauty, the dog year and the Rabbit Year. Those are the two signs that are connected to beauty. So it's one of those years where you want to make your surroundings beautiful. You want to like look after yourself, look after your health, make yourself more beautiful, and just do those things that really make your heart come alive. Now I've got 6 packs of tarot cards here. So this is the Starseed Tarot. This is the Witch's Tarot. I've used this quite a lot of times. You will, those of you who've seen my videos before will know that I've used this pack before. Got the traditional Rider-Waite deck. The Robin Wood pack. This lovely green energy, green cards. We have the Archangel pack, one of the Doreen Virtue packs. She does make beautiful cards. She really does, with the angels. And this is the pack which I use the most, which is the Druid pack. Hello, I'm going to do a reading for 2023 for the monkey sign in the year of the rabbit. Okay, so these are my predictions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a general reading first, then a health reading, a wealth reading, and a romance reading. And then I'm going to do a 12-month spread for each month in 2023. Okay, right, so let's do this. I'm going to use the Starseed pack of tarot cards for you monkey people. Let's see what comes up for you as a general reading first, okay? Oh, there's two there. Okay, so the first card I want to look at is the one that's fallen in the overall outcome card. So this is the card. The Nine of Orbs is in the regular tarot is the Nine of Swords. So this is a card of overthinking and worrying about things that aren't really worth worrying about. But it's like the fear has got the better of you, and all of a sudden you're turning a mountain into a molehill into a mountain. That's the saying, isn't it? You're turning a molehill into a mountain, and you're just overthinking things to such a degree, and you're worrying about things. You're doing that. What if this happens? What if that happens? And it's completely unnecessary. But what happened last year is there were some positive things and some negative things, because we've got the moon card here in this pack. It's called Luna, but it's this card and this card really go together because they come up when there's uncertainty, when there's information that's hidden from you, when people are trying to deceive you sometimes, or just withhold information. And so because of that, you don't know whether it's conscious or whether it's unconscious, or whether that person just doesn't know, or whether they're messing with your head. And all of these things start stirring the pot and make you start worrying about things. But when you realise, look, it doesn't actually matter what they're trying to do, because they're in control of themselves. I can take charge of me, and I can take control of what I can control, and those things I can't control I can just learn to accept. So if you have that sort of view, and you don't allow yourself to be gaslit in any way, then you can move away from this sense of worry to something that looks like you have a bit more control. So let's proceed and see what else we've got in this reading. Influence is working in your favour. Oh, by the way, I didn't finish with this card as well. In the recent past, there's two cards. Two cards came out. So the Moon card and also the Empress card, the card of abundance. So those two cards coming together. This is symbolic of last year. What there were some good things that happened last year and some things that messed with your head a little bit. So when they come together, they create somebody who's ambitious, got some lofty plans, but not entirely sure if they can create them or make them happen. All right. So we enter this year with that uncertainty. That's what seems to be the prominent thing. But with a little mind shifting, you can accept and you can withdraw, so you don't allow yourself to get drawn into the emotional dramas of other people. This is withholding your emotions, look, withholding your affections. And the Hangman, acceptance, right? So if you do those two things, you'll pull away from, it's literally what I said, right? And then the cards will come up to back it up. You'll pull away from this sense of over worry. All right, cool. I'm glad the cards have backed that up. So influence is working in your favour. We've got you having the higher perspective, higher ground, so having the ability to see things that other people around you can't see, right? Influence is working against you. Like I said, last year there were some changes, some big changes that you couldn't really control, and so you had to accept them. It's possible that they're still happening now. Some of those changes are still happening now for you, which aren't easy, because you have to accept that certain aspects of your life might be changed permanently or semi-permanently. So yeah, but there's still positive things, especially this year. Short-term future, we've got the Ten of Crystals, which is the Ten of Pentacles. So something that you've been working on, you might actually get a really powerful result in the beginning part of this year. Maybe buying a house or something big that you've been working on. You'll get a result that you've been working on, and it's really, really positive. It's potentially even better than what you thought. Slightly longer term future, so the second half of this year, now we've got the Four of Chalices. So you might, in the one sense, you get something that you wanted, right? And then in the second part of the year, you might not get what you wanted, but it could be a blessing in disguise, right? So this is a card of feeling indifference or not happy with the way things worked out. But please notice there's a separation of the beginning part of the year and second part of the year. There's a 6 months here, 6 months here. So there is a difference, and I don't feel like these two things are necessarily connected. They can be separate aspects. But this one is I'm going to reiterate, blessing in disguise. So this thing you want, you don't get it. It's a good thing. All right, let's move on to the health reading for you and see what comes up there. Okay, health for the monkey in 2023. Okay, all right, so for those people who have struggled with health issues last year, I can see that you've been working on it. This is the card of the Eight of Crystals, sorry, Eight of Pentacles. This is the card who's work. This is the person who's trying their best to sort of work on these things that need some attention. So influence is working in your favour. We've got the Devil card, and we've got the Temperance card of Alchemy. So the Shadow card and the Alchemy card. So there's two things working in your favour. There's the part of you that's actually quite powerful, and that's refusing to take any defeat, refusing to accept that anything other than what you want is the case. And the Alchemy card is basically turning lead into gold, basically magic, making it happen. So that's really, really positive and powerful. Influence is working against you. We've got the Lovers card here. So it's possible that you're well, I mean, there's lots of different interpretations here. It's possible that your partner is not helping you out, is not taking your health stuff seriously. It's possible that you're not spending enough time doing the healing work that's necessary, and maybe you need to allot more time to it and give yourself even more. Give it the credence it deserves. Give it the importance it deserves. Because don't forget, the Lover's card is also about self-healing, and if it's fallen in this position of influences against you, maybe you need to recognise that it needs more importance than what you currently give it, and don't just rely on these things, because you don't want them to be just superficial. You need to put in the work here. So short-term future, there's two things. Now this is those of you that know tarot, this is the Ten of Swords. So there are two cards of death, basically, and this is one of them. That doesn't mean that you're going to die, okay? Does not mean that at all. In one of the other packs, you'll see that there's 10 swords sticking out the back of this person. Here they've got the orbs over the top of it. But what this card often suggests to me when it comes to healing matters is acupuncture. I remember I did a reading for somebody, and this card came up in the recent past, and she was asking about a health matter, and I said, "You haven't just had acupuncture, have you?" She said, "Yes, I have." She said, "I literally just went to an acupuncturist before coming to see you." And I thought, that's really interesting. So as a healing modality, for those of you out there who are experiencing health issues, especially in the beginning part of this year, maybe look towards the east for some healing modalities that you haven't tried before, such as acupuncture or meditation or qigong. There's a variety of things, but there's some alternatives there. The second card now is the card of restriction, Eight of Orbs, Eight of Swords. So feeling like you're more restricted than you actually are, because the restriction is actually an illusion. The legs are usually free, but even if the arms are like tied and you've got blindfolded so you can't fully see clearly, your legs are free, so you can run and get help and ask other people for advice if you needed to, and ask other people for help. Free me, please, help me to see. So you can do that. It's down to you to actually be open enough to ask for the help. And the overall outcome card is this card of it's the card that came up before, the card of blessing in disguise. So your journey is your journey, and there's it's not for me to judge it. So just allow yourself to go on the journey, and when you get to the point where you're ready to do the healing work, you will do it. The self-healing work, you'll do it. It's just, it might take you a little bit longer to get there than it would be better if it would be sooner, but I think it might take a little bit of a journey to get there. But that's okay. I still think there's some good progress to be made, especially in the beginning part of this year, for your own healing journey. All right, let's move on to romance. Interesting. So, one more. Okay, interesting. This is really, really positive, guys. So basically, this is a reading for romance for the monkey. Now, the first card that we got from last year is this, the Ace of Orbs, Ace of Swords. So now this card often can mean a clean break. In the recent past, if you had a clean break or just some sort of difficulty where you've had to sort of cut through all the murk and get to the point so you can see more clearly, right? And the overall outcome, this is was the impact the recent past has had on you. And what's the most important card here now is the Eight of Chalices, the leaving a bad situation. And oftentimes this card comes when you end a relationship, and this is the spread for relationships. Now, this doesn't apply to all the monkeys who are in. This doesn't apply to monkeys who are in good relationships, but for those monkeys who are struggling and have been in relationships where there's just a massive drain of your energy and just impacting your health and bothering you and just not giving you the things that you need, the rabbit year might be that year where you basically like, okay, I can't do this anymore. I'm going. The reason why I pulled another card is because I wanted to find out whether it was possible for you to meet somebody else in this same year. And look, we got the Sun card, one of the best cards in the pack. So this is a card of freedom and joy and just really enjoying yourself and like spending time with people who understand. It's like your inner child gets to speak to the inner childs of other people, and they really just join hands and dance. It's that sort of energy. So you leave something that's just been a drain on you, and then you just get to have really joyful play. And because we're asking about romance here, it could be romantic play. Long-term relationships, yeah, possibly, because the Sun card is just so joyful and so playful and so loving that you could meet the long-term partners this year. Now, when we look at the actual spread, we get more indication of that, because we've got the card of rebuilding your life here, right? Obviously, potential clean break, leaving a relationship. This card means rebuilding. Three of Crystals, Three of Pentacles, rebuilding, and also developing a new moral philosophy about what you want and how you want to live your life. Because some changes were necessary from the way you were before. What's working against you is you might want to move too quickly, because this is a card of alchemy, turning lead into gold. you don't want to be too extreme with anything. Take your time. You can slow down a little bit. Maybe you're rushing a bit too much. So that's something you need to be conscious of. Short-term future. What is it that you want? Do you want marriage? Do you want just to be in a relationship with somebody, or do you just want to be by yourself for now? Whatever it is that you want is available to you. Just look within for the guidance. Speak to people, teachers, mentors, whoever it is that you have around you that helps you see with clarity. Speak to those people and figure out what it is that you want. Slightly longer term future. Now this is where the romantic love comes in, because this is the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Hearts. So this is a very, very positive romantic card. New emotions, new people, new environments, potentially even new children, like a new child. Just new emotional beginning for you, and your cup runneth over with positive emotion and love. It's a really, really beautiful card. And then we return to the overall outcome card, which is you're moving away from anything that no longer serves you, and you're opening yourself in youthful, exuberant, joyful play and life. You choose life. Amazing. These cards are beautiful. Okay, let's move on to now the 12-month spread for you. Right. Some new cards now. Excuse me. Okay, let's have a look. So in January, we see you sowing the seeds for your success, usually financial success. So you may have decided to set aside some time so you can have a think about the way that your career is going at the moment, and like what changes do you want to make? Are you happy with where you are? Are you happy with the returns that you're getting? What can you do that's different? Maybe you can add another job, maybe where you contract or where you use your knowledge to benefit other people. What other avenues are open to you is what you've been thinking about, and you've been sowing those seeds, maybe making some phone calls, speaking to some people, but you're in the early stages of that. In February, we've got the card of speed and synchronicity. So if it's related to the previous card and the previous situation, maybe some connections are going to step forwards and help you with your plans and help you move forwards. But whatever it is that you've been working on, or whatever it is that you're doing, February will herald a time where some beneficial coincidences can take place to help you along your journey. March, we have the Knight of Wands. Now, this is interesting. With this card, this card is the Knight of Wands, basically. It's the time to take action. So whatever it is that you've been procrastinating on, whatever it is that you needed to get done and you haven't been doing it, this is the time to actually just get it done. Move forwards, just do it. Because it's possible that what's going to come afterwards is the way to sort of turn it into turn it into money, basically. Turn it into what you want to get out of it. Turn it into the result. So if it is money based, if it is work based, then to get the work done at this point in March so that you can benefit afterwards, or whatever it is. It might be romantic, it might be whatever it is. But the results will be better for you if you've got the work done at that point. Now, April, we've got the Sage of Chalices, the Queen of Cups. She's the nurturer, the loving mother, the counsellor. So it could be it's a time where you need to nurture yourself a bit more. Take some time out for yourself and look after your needs. Give yourself what you need. Be like the mother to yourself. Think about the inner child, what the inner child wants, what the inner child needs, and provide that to it. Okay, So slow down. Maybe even get a life coach or some sort of counsellor at that time. Maybe there's some things you need to express. It's a good time to do that. April. May, Ace of Crystals, Ace of Pentacles. This is the new job card. So if you are looking to change your job, May is a fantastic time to do that. It's also a fantastic time to improve your finances. Considering what I was saying about the Eight of Flames, the Speed of Synchronicity card, those synchronicities that take place, it's possible that something connected to that happens here in May, where you'll have an opportunity to improve your finances and get a better paying job or a promotion or something, you know. Okay, so then we also have the Knight of Cups, Adept of Chalices here. So this is the romantic idealist, the Casanova. So this is a romantic month, June. June is a romantic month. You can meet somebody at this stage, might be dalliance, maybe more than just a dalliance, but it's a positive time to meet somebody that really excites you, and brings you a lot of joy spending time with that person. It could be a friend as well, but it's a bit more than that usually with this card. July, we have the Seeker of Flames. So, which is the Seeker? Is which one? It's the Page, isn't it? Yeah, the Page. So the Seeker of Flames, the Page of Wands is this one. So with the Page of Wands, again, there's a creative spark with this card, and it's oftentimes the early stages of a creative project, or usually a creative project. This card often comes up as the writer. So if you're in the early stages of creating a project and this card comes up, it means that you've got something that's really good there, but there's a lot more work that needs to be done to develop it because it's still in the early stages. But it's creative spark. So if you're working on a project, you might find that you get offered a project at this time, or something at work where it's only just begun, but it's going to be fun for you, and it's going to be something that you're going to really love nurturing to the end, right? So it's really positive. Seeker of Flames. Okay, August, we've got the Five of Chalices. This card means there's no point in crying over spilt milk. What's happened has happened. Let's accept what's happened, and let's pick up the two cups that are still full and move forwards. So if you need to grieve what happened, grieve it, give yourself the time to do that, and then accept so we can move on, and forgive if need be as well. After that, we come to September, and we've got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Chalices. As I said before, it's pure, unbridled, wonderful emotion. My cup runneth over with positive emotion. Pure love here. So again, this is another high point, just like the Casanova was here in June. September could also be another high point for romance and for love and that sort of thing. Or just a new emotional beginning. Just deciding I want a new start, and I'm going to give that to myself. King of Pentacles, the Master of Crystals here in this pack. So this when this card comes up, it means that your life is working in many different aspects. Your partnership is good, your money stuff is good, your career stuff is good, you have enough time to do the things you want to do, your personal things, your contribution, you got a good relationship with your children. It's just my life works on every different level. So this is really, really positive for October, and you may find that you can just sort of chill a little bit in that month, and spend time with your loved ones. Nine of Crystals, now Nine of Pentacles. So this is the single woman who's able to live on her own terms. She often has really, really good investment, so she can take time out. It could suggest that November you might be able to take some time off and just do your own thing. Maybe take a really long holiday, like a 2-week holiday somewhere, something like that. But it's really, really positive where you're able to live on your own terms. You know you've got the money and the resources to back you up, so you can just go off and do your own thing. Might be by yourself, might not be, if your partner might not be with your partner necessarily, might be with friends as opposed to with your partner, but it's a positive time nonetheless. December is really interesting for you, monkey people, because we've got the Star card. The Star card can often mean make a wish upon a star and it will come true. It also means that you're changing a lot. You've shifted a lot on the internal landscape, but it's just not showing it on the external because there's not time to. You're not ready to reveal that aspect of yourself to the people around you. But it could be that you've done a lot of reading, you've been doing some personal development work, and you've changed. And your perception of yourself, the way you present yourself, hasn't caught up with those changes yet, but it will do pretty soon. And as such, what you've been working towards is what you can make that wish about. You can make a wish upon the star, and the star will make it happen. All right. Okay, so that's your reading for you guys monkeys. For you guy monkeys? What do I say? You monkey guys. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, as you know, I am the author of The Secrets of the Combined Astrology. This is my first book. So there's 12 Chinese signs, 12 Western signs, 12 times 12 is 144, and this book has all 144 charts. Okay, so you can get it off of Amazon and it's in bookshops. And the individual ones, though, you have to get it online, you have to get it on Amazon. So this is my chart, I'm Sheep with Aquarius. You can buy your individual chart for £6.99 or $8.74 or 75, I can't remember, something like that. So you can just get these on Amazon. Just put in your chart, whatever it is, Monkey Aquarius, Monkey Capricorn. If you don't know, go to my zodiac calculator on my website at zakariyaadeel.com. Put in your date of birth and it will tell you what you are. And if you're Capricorn or Aquarius, do check, because you might not realise that you're actually in a different year to what you think. Because Chinese year always changes in Aquarius, so you have to check. So if you're January baby or a February baby, you should check. If you're Pisces, you're fine. But if you're Capricorn or Aquarius, you need to check. Anyway, yes, you can put in your chart in Amazon and put in my name and your book will come up. Or just explore my website, you'll find it. Okay? Alright. The other thing is, if you like the reading and you want to get a one-to-one reading with me, you can email me at zakariyaadeel@gmail.com, or you can WhatsApp me on this number right here, and we can arrange a session. My calendar, I don't think my calendar is working at the moment. In January 2023, it's not working on the system, but it should be fixed pretty soon. If not, just email me or text me, and we can arrange something. Okay. Thank you very much. Please like and subscribe to the video, and click on the notification box if you want more content like this. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much. Bye.